Hi Libra, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for Sunday the 17th to Saturday the 23rd. I'm going to be doing career / money. Because not everybody's working, so that's, this could cover any sort of lawsuit, investment, anything like that. And then we're going to go to love. I'm going to pull a spread for you and a spread for the person that you're dealing with. So let's get right into things. We're going to get started with career. I'm going to pepper in the transits, the astrology as we go along, where I see is relevant. I mean, Libra, look, those of you who've been watching know that you have a lot happening in that 8th house of we, right? 8th house is the landlord is Scorpio, so it's ruled by Pluto. A lot goes on in that. They say right out of the gate, oh, it's your partner's money or it's other people's money. It's so much more than that. It's the 8th house is where we show up as a we in relationship. It's your money versus your partner's money and how you mix it. What matters to you, what matters to your partner, and how you combine it. It has to do with intimacy. Anything in cycles. It's all about endings and beginnings. There's a lot of karma in that house that needs to be worked off, dug up, and looked at, kind of thing. Anything cyclical. We have alchemy to start. Very nice for your for career. The 8th house is about cycles, so obviously it would rule the stock market. Lawsuits, right? A lawsuit is started and then it comes to a culmination and it ends. It rules inheritances. It rules, any sort of transactional, cyclical kind of investment, right? So it's got a lot to do with money and it's got a lot to do with relationships. And we have the Uranus-Mars conjunct Taurus going on now, but it goes exact on the 19th into the 20th, Tuesday into Wednesday. And Lilith is going to be impacting this transit. It's not the end of the world, guys, but there's going to just be change. Uranus is very revolutionary. Mars is, come on, let's go get it done. And Taurus is very practical. And Black Moon Lilith is, what do you need to look at that you don't want to look at? So there's going to be a lot of weird, bad energy going on collectively. But I feel like on a personal level, this can end up being very, very productive for you guys. I feel like that. We have Pluto conjunct the Sun in Capricorn Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and that's going to be happening in your 4th house of home. So when I say home, I mean your literal home, people you live with, buying a home, selling a home, anything to do with home literally or even metaphorically, right? And then it transits into your 5th house on Wednesday, I think it is, right? Wednesday. And it's going to join Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury there. So there's going to be a lot to focus on, like 4th house of home, and then later on in the week, 5th house of romance, creativity, maybe even something to do with children, okay? Having children, your own children, the idea of children, creativity, be starting your own business, working on your own business, anything that you love to do because you love to do it. Okay, building blocks. So we have building blocks and alchemy. I like this for your the crowning energies for your career, because alchemy is about combining like a skill set, or looking at what it is that you're doing now and thinking about how you might even be able to build on it and do it differently. This could also be combining energies with somebody, taking on a business partner. It could be that, but it's also this, it could even just be a very mental space of trying to figure out what it is that you want to do. And I like this because you do have Chiron as well in your 5th house, which is all about creativity, and Chiron's all about healing, and it's going to be trining the nodes of fate. So it's going to be a lot of like karmic healing and creativity at the same time going on in your 5th house. That has also to do with romance, again, something to do with children, but it's also your creativity. And it's going to be sextiling the Uranus and Mars conjunction. But I like this because the nodes that, the nodes of fate right now, 2nd house, 8th house, right now, 3rd house, 9th house, rather, for you guys. So this is going to be all about communication, your belief system. I really like this for you, Libra. I do. I know you guys have been going through a lot. You guys are a cardinal sign, but I feel like things are starting to crystallize for you, if that makes sense, in more than one area of your life. I know a lot of you have been going through a whole lot having to do with relationships, but I feel like there are going to be some either epiphanies, some laying down the law, or some realizations that something's got to end. And I mean, like, honestly, this week, this particular week, I feel like that, you're really going to be bringing something to a boiling point. But I feel like a lot of you are finding like your retreat in work or the idea of something creative, something that you love to do, something that you just really enjoy. Especially, and those of you who are getting kind of like lost in work, especially if you're doing something that like is your own business or something that, you know, that you started. But let's see what we have going on here as far as the crowning energies for career. Okay, so we have the situation right now, the block, we have the advice, we have the outcome, and then I have an extra advice card here, which happens to be the cross. So let me pull. So time is of the essence here. It does seem like right now. Something to do with time. So let's pull some tarot having to do with time. You know, yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned the building blocks is a beautiful energy, because obviously it's exactly that. Most of you know what that is. It's putting in the hard work and saying, okay, let me do this, and then that, and then that. I'm going to go from here to here to here. Now, it's interesting that I was saying I feel like there's going to be a lot of change for you, because I do feel like for a number of you, not all of you, obviously, this is a general reading, guys. By the way, don't try to make it fit if it doesn't fit. As I always say, be very careful to not do that. I mean, it's human condition to try to do that. You want to check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus. But I said I'm feeling the combination of these two. I feel like for a lot of you, your personal relationships and what's going on in your personal life is impacting your money in one way or another. For a lot of you. Now, whether it's like a marriage situation, some sort of partnership situation. But we have the idea of time, okay? So time needs to be paid, but you're paying attention to time right now. It's almost like the clock's ticking. We have the King of Coins energy. This is a solid and practical energy, very wise investor, right? Good. It's a good energy. It's Aries and Taurus. Aries is about, come on, let's go. I'm ready to take on a fresh path, a new perspective, put the work in, right? Taurus is the landlord of the second house of money, things we value. It's things we value. It's not only money. So you really want to like what you're doing. But then we have this working with the Three of Swords. So in a career read, rather, I mean, this could be about loss or the ending of a business partnership, losing a job, releasing something that's not working. Because the thing here is, you have to remember, yeah, this is where we need to connect it to astrology. Well, we always need to, but this is the Saturn in Libra energy. So Saturn's all about restrictions, rules, work. Libra is that seventh house of partnership. You know, so it can be challenged. It could even, some of you might even be depressed about your job or what you're doing right now, or you just feel very limited in your ability to do anything else besides work. Many of you may feel that. When we have that Saturn energy, which is about restriction and rules and regulations, and you have to do it this way. It's almost a shackling energy in Libra, which is ruled by Venus. Venus is about money. Venus is about loving what you're doing and what you're in. So you may feel very restricted and shackled, can speak today, in what you're doing. We have the Seven of Wands here, which is about needing to defend yourself, right? You're in a space of self-defense. This could be to an employer. This could be to an employee, colleagues. This could be to somebody that you're in a lawsuit with, a family member, if there's some sort of financial dynamic that's playing out right now having to do with that. So many of you may be in a situation, though, where, especially if you're in any sort of like family situation, lawsuit situation, anything like that, there can be some of you experiencing betrayal right now, others of you in the space of restriction, though. There's something having to do with money or career, Libra, that's making you feel sort of restricted, limited in what you're able to do right now. Now, the block here is Mars, right? We have this Mars energy, which is all about breaking ground, fresh path, new perspective, let's go. It's the Emperor energy. Come on, let's go. It's also, Mars rules Aries. Aries is very much a leadership ideas. That's the idea person, right? So you might be very blocked in your exact ideas of how to handle a particular situation right now. There's the idea of temperance is being blocked here. So temperance is about fairness. So you may be in a space where you feel like something, if it's not lacking fairness, you may feel like it's lacking balance. Like maybe you're working too much, or there's not enough coming in, or you're struggling, feeling very patient in a situation. You're having a hard time controlling maybe your temper, or expressing how you feel about something, even if it's not coming off as aggressive. You're having a hard time balancing something, or at least feeling balanced within the situation. Now we have the Four of Coins. And since this is a career read, we have to understand some of you may be in a mode of self-protection, having to do with this financial situation, or this could also be an energy of greed. And greed could be one of the blocks. Now it could be either you, energetically, it could be you or somebody else. So you might be dealing with somebody else who maybe doesn't want to pay you what you deserve, or, not settling on that lawsuit in a fair way. If you're trying to sell your home, not getting the price that you want, or not getting that full amount for the loan that you want for your business, whatever it is, right? It's this idea of greed. And we have also, you're feeling very challenged and feeling like you have a strong foundation. Because the Four of Wands is that. I mean, it really is. And it's about, some of you also may be very blocked in maybe reconnecting with energies that you were involved with at one point, having to do with work. Maybe you're trying to get a job back that you used to have, or reach out and network to people, but it's not going in the way that you really wanted it to go. You're just generally not feeling very, really good about things, not very strong in your networking right now. So any of these things could be playing out having to do with career or money. Now, what is the advice? The advice really here is to trust your intuition. It's this cute little puppy. Trust your intuition. If you're having a really hard time trusting your intuition, speak with somebody who you really, really trust, right? So now when we're talking about career, think about somebody, if you're not trusting yourself, thinking about somebody in your life who knows better than you regarding whatever the issue is. So for some of you, this could be maybe consulting a lawyer. For others of you, maybe consulting an old professor. For others of you, this can be consulting an elder in your family, maybe even your therapist, right? Trying to work something through. That's if you're having a really hard time trusting your own intuition. Because there's something right there that you need to look at, and that is the advice, is to not only focus on what you see right now, but think a little differently. So I love that we got the star, because the star is about focus on not only the future, but focus on not losing hope in something. Don't lose faith. As this is all about renewal. So whatever's going on right now for you, it's temporary. It's not going to last. It's not. Now, I know, again, a lot of you may be going through some sort of transitions financially because of perhaps what's going on with your partnership or marriage, or some sort of family situation. So, really kind of adopt that this too shall pass. Let's do what we have to do in the moment. Really, right? We have the Ace of Wands. This is a new project, inspiration, urge to create. Look for whatever is new that can be tapped into right now, Libra. This is one of the advice cards here. Ace is brand new. This is a great energy, by the way. It really is. It's a very creative, right? So that's the bottom line here, a creative strategy to handling something here. So this could either be tapping into your creativity, and you're going to have a lot of tools in your toolbox to do that right now. You really are, especially come the middle of the week. It's just going to be so much focus there. Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, lots and lots of focus there in that fifth house energy. So I do like that. Focusing on maybe a different strategy in something as well. Creativity could have to do with an approach to something. Ooh, look at this. The last advice card, Two of Cups. So Two of Cups is an important conversation that needs to go on. So this has to do with the proposal of something. So proposing an idea, coming up with a suggestion, even if only to yourself. Like, let's say There's no legal situation going on, and you're just really maybe feeling the winds of change in your career, you know, something like that. You're really sitting down and saying, okay, what do you really want to do? This could be sitting down with yourself. This could be sitting down with somebody who you trust. This could even be sitting down with your partner, kind of talking something through. But I like it. The advice here is to trust yourself. Stay open to something. Don't lose faith. Understand that there's got to be something new that's focused on. Something that either taps into that beautiful creativity. I mean, you guys, after all, you guys are ruled by Venus. So you're a very creative energy. So there's something there that needs to be looked at. Now, the outcome is you're going to have some choices to make. Okay. So the choice... Look at this, beautiful Emperor energy. Who doesn't love the Emperor energy in a career read? This is the leadership energy. This is ideas. This is feeling confident. This is feeling self-assured. It's be strategic, being very strategic. Good planning energy as well. Good plan. And the thing is, too, with the Emperor energy, it's all of that sounds very, you know, I'm in charge, here I come. But the thing is, don't be too hard on yourself if you don't have it all figured out, because the Emperor doesn't. The Emperor is the ideas person. It's, okay, I definitely see how to start this business now, or at least have the seed of an idea. What I actually do with that seed, I'm not totally sure right now, but I know I want to do this, and feeling very self-assured. And that's half the battle right there, guys, isn't it? Is feeling confident and self-assured enough to at least get the ball rolling. Right? We never know exactly how things are going to go, because the truth of the matter is, when you get it going, it's always going to be different than what you envision or what you imagine, because life is funny like that. But look at this. You go. Go, Libra, go. 10 of Cups. Fabulous. This is just having everything that you need, feeling contentment, feeling supported, loving what you do. Absolutely loving what you do. Now, for those of you who are dealing with some sort of lawsuit, you can have a choice. This could be taking two strategies. This could be somebody offering you, something. Should you take it? Should you not take it? But it has to do with figuring out what you're going to accept so that you can move on. Because the Emperor energy is an Aries energy as well. And Aries is all about fresh path, a new perspective. Let's go. Let's leave whatever we've been doing. Not that maybe it was bad, maybe it wasn't bad, it doesn't even matter. It's reached its expiration date in the way that you were doing it. So in allowing that and in making this choice, you're going to bring yourself that 10 of Cups energy, followed by the Queen of Cups. So beautiful, nurturing, healing, supportive energy. But this does require conversation, because in astrology, the Queen of Cups is a Gemini and Cancer energy. So it's Gemini's communication. It's communicating about what it is that you're feeling, that what you need to feel grounded, rooted, safe, secure, having what you need as far as money, career, feeling good about something. And it's through that conversation that the nurturing and the healing and the supportive energies come. But it is going to require the release of something. Because this is about needing to give something up, as Christ gave up his life for us on the cross because of the sins. So this is about redemption. So whatever you're feeling right now, I feel like there's going to be some redemption had for you guys, having to do with some sort of legal situation, having to do with some sort of career move. But you have to blend things, right? Going back to the alchemy energy. Alchemy is blending. It's what you need, what they need, what does the situation need? What do you want? What do they want? What is best for the situation, right? And doing it in steps. Treating it as building blocks. So obviously there's going to need to be some patience exercised here, right? Of course. Yeah. So let's just roll some astro dice, see what we get. Okay. So we have Taurus. Taurus is the landlord of the second house of money and things we value. So very nice. And that's actually, right, the energy that we're having this conjunction in. Pluto, there's change. So there's change having to do with your resources, things that matter to you. And for many of you, it is going to have to do with your marriage. We have 7th house, or a business partnership. Or a business partnership. For many of you, it will have to do with that. But the 7th house is a partnership that requires some sort of legal connection. Where I think about it, because the 7th house is it's you guys, right? It's Libra. It's the scales. It's what's fair, what's not fair. The truth coming out. Coming up with a win-win solution for the situation. So definitely strongly resonating for those of you. And that's obviously, it's not going to be all of you. But even if you're not in the actual, stage of a lawsuit, for those of you who are resonating with it like that, the dissolution of a marriage, there's at least conversation about it, having to do with that for many of you. Could be having to do with a house, whatever. What do we have? Oh, look, we have 10th house. Very nice for get for a career. So the 10th house has to do with not only your career, though, it has to do with public reputation and your standing in the world, right? So it's definitely a marriage card, right? Because the marriage is an institution of marriage. How do people know us as married or divorced? Whatever we're known as out in the world, right? A lawyer, an accountant, a professor, whatever it is. So it has to do with that. It has to do with responsibilities, achievements, your purpose, authority. So there's a lot, the focus here is on making some changes in these areas of things that matter to you, having to do with people that you're dealing with in some sort of legal engagement. That could even be like a boss, right? I mean, you sign contracts when you work somewhere. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for this part of the reading. So that's for career. I hope that was helpful to you guys in some way, for those of you who resonated with that. Now we're going to go on to relationship. So we're going to start with you. And we're going to do a present, a block, advice, and a final outcome. Let's see what we get. Situation right now. So faith, we have starting off with the marriage card. Marriage card, or you don't even need to be legally married. It really just is about being in something where there are expectations and some sort of tradition incited, needing to conform to something. Okay, we have the block. Okay. So some of you, I feel like, are very unclear about something. Page of Swords is mental clarity, but that's a challenge for you. Okay, so let's pull. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So starting with the faith card, as I said, right? Faith, I mean, this is, and this is even your belief system, right? It's how you think something should go. It's also what you value, what matters to you, right? What matters to you. Because in the astrology, this is very much a Taurus energy, right? Second house of things that you value. So we have the Magician. So Magician is all about trying to make something work, right? It is the energy of alchemy, but it's a Mercury energy. So what is it that you're trying to make work? Well, you're trying to have a conversation toward problem solving. Now, how successful you are, I don't know. Let's see. But because Mercury rules Gemini, communication, and Virgo. And Virgo is the landlord of the 6th house, which is the house of problems. So that's why that we have the Hermit is associated with Virgo, because it's all about trying to solve problems. That's where we go to solve our problems. It's a 6th house energy. So it's through communication. It's through trying to change your perspective, because it's all Gemini. We have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is about anxieties, nightmares for some of you, grief, depression for some of you. But it's these ruminating thoughts, right? The swords are thoughts. So this is very much the Mars and Gemini energy. So Mars is about not only a fresh path, a new perspective and all of that, but really trying to figure out where you belong. That's why, see, guys, that's why Mars rules the Tower in tarot. Because Mars is all about taking us off the path that we're not meant to be on and setting us straight, putting us on the chariot, which is Cancer, right, in astrology, and putting us towards that metaphorical home space where we're supposed to be. So with Mars and Gemini, it's like this internal battle in the sense where it's like, what's right for me? Is this right? Is this not right? I don't know what to do. And we have the Queen of Swords. Total honesty. Very focused on being self-sufficient. So a lot of you may be in the space of rumination. You're being really honest with yourself, and you're like, all right, you know what? Listen, if this relationship isn't going to work and we're going to go off on my own, am I going to be okay? I don't know. Even if your money's okay, maybe you're afraid to be alone. Don't beat yourself up if you're feeling that way. Or, even more so, you're afraid that you're going to end up making a mistake. You're in this space of questioning yourself. Some of you may be worried about finances and that element of being self-sufficient, but others of you may be afraid to kind of cut that cord and be like, I don't know. What then? What if something doesn't work out? Maybe I'm better just staying in what I'm staying in now. But I feel like some of you, you're definitely dealing with some sort of anxiety. You're trying to problem solve something, but you're sort of like, what if we do this? And what if they do that? And also very common in this dynamic of energies could be the potential to make excuses for somebody because you're not totally sure maybe how to end something, how to handle something. There could be a lot of excuses generated in this energy. If you're doing that, don't beat yourself up. I mean, it's just part of the processing. Because these things nothing's so linear when it comes to emotions. It's very complicated, right? So I feel like you're just like in the throes of that right now. Now let's look at the block. So the Page of Swords is mental clarity and having any sort of new ideas, right? And being able to do something. Now, some of you might be dealing with a partner where you might not be very happy, but they might not be feeling well, right? So they might be going through something, either some sort of illness or a surgery or something, and you're in this space where it's like, I'm not happy, but I don't want to do anything right now. So that could certainly be it. But, another block for you is the Fool energy, which is about the ability to go on a new path, just go in a different direction, focus on the future, and just pull that trigger. Libra, I mean, who doesn't love a Libra energy? I'm a Gemini sun, so I'm a fellow air sign. I love Libra energy. I have so many Libra friends. Love. But when we all have to understand the shadow side, the shadow manifestation of our energy, and for you guys, it's analysis paralysis. It's having a really tough time pulling that final trigger on things that are in any way emotionally challenging. It's a struggle that you guys deal with for sure. And look, we have you here. So the block is the Justice energy. This is you. Justice is you. It's Libra. It's the 7th house. It's marriage. It's that deep soul-connected type of partnership. So this is the block. Feeling blocked, that you feel very good about what it is that you're in. Because, more than anything, right? Who you guys ruled by? You guys are ruled by Venus. Venus is not only just straight up, love. Venus is the beautiful trifecta. It's love, yeah, but it's also your self-love and your self-respect, and it's money. So there's this idea swarming around. Do I have enough money? Do I feel good being in this? Maybe I don't feel good being in this. Do I love them? I think I love them. Do they love me? Do I feel love? That kind of thing. And the thing is, it's like a big question mark. You just don't know. And feeling blocked, 10 of Cups. Feeling contentment in what you're in, feeling totally loved, feeling totally supported, feeling that. Either you're not feeling it from your partner or you're feeling really challenged right now and being able to provide that to somebody else. So it's like this block, but let's look at the advice. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is about defending yourself, drawing a line in the sand, saying, listen, this is what I need. Maybe this is what the kids need if you have children, because this is definitely self-defense. But not only of yourself, if there are other people in your energy that need defending. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, we definitely have to do with your children, fighting. I don't even say fight, because it's really not a fighting energy. It's really not. It's Mars and Leo. It's basically saying, in order to have what I need mentally, physically, and emotionally, this is what I need. Drawing the line in the sand and putting a period at the end of it. And if it's that you have children, this is what I need for the children. This is what I need for whatever, you know? So the idea here is to figure that out. Figure out exactly what it is that you need or what it is that you want, right? That you're dealing with. Another second card of advice is strength. Be strong, my friend. Okay. Self-love, self-respect, let that be at the forefront of everything that you're doing right now. Let this be at the forefront. Now, this is also the energy of creativity because it's Leo. Now, understand, you may be dealing with somebody else's ego. You most certainly will be. Right? If there is, and I listen, you know, being honest, I'm not giving multiple interpretations because the energies are so strong for me that if you're in a really content place right now, my friends, I'm sorry, this is not your reading. This is coming off very, very strong as I'm going through it. Now, when we're talking about relationship and we get the strength energy, it usually shows up that somebody needs their ego stroked. So if that's what you need to do, then do that. Meaning, and I'm not saying to like lie, just don't bite your nose off to spite your face here is the advice. Somebody may need their ego stroked to feel like the kind of situation where it's like, you know, look, I mean, it was great when it was great, now it's not, we've both grown. Trying to stay sort of like grounded with it if you can, to not, because the shadow manifestation of this is heated battle, argument, 5 of Wands energy where nobody's winning, right? So the advice here is to stay chill. You know, don't bite your nose off to spite your face. Maintain your self-respect. Keep your eye on the prize. Be creative with your approach, right? Think about your children. Strength is Leo. Leo is 5th house of children, if you have them. Some of you may be in a space where you're having a very hard time in your marriage, maybe because you want to have a child, you know, and you're feeling like you need to defend yourself, you know, where fight for the idea of having a child. Others of you are feeling like you need to draw a line in the sand for the sake of your children. You know, we have that working together. We have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is about focusing on what it is that you want, really keeping your eye set on that. What do you truly want? What do you wish? What do you feel like you really want to materialize? What do you think is, what do you need to become abundant? Because the 9 of Cups is all about that. It's focusing on your happiness and not sacrificing that because you feel like you need to, because you want to give them another chance, because you feel bad for them, because of fill in the blank kind of thing. And then we have the 4 of Coins. Watch your money. Watch your money in this situation, Libra. Protect yourself. Take a stance of being self-protective and watch your money. Don't sacrifice your money for the sake of the situation. All right? It's 4 of Coins. Now let's see about the outcome. King of Swords. Keeping it totally in the mental realm, not allowing your emotions to rule the show. This shouldn't be too difficult for you, right? This really shouldn't. Depending on what else you have in your chart, I don't know what you guys have in your chart, right? This is not a personal reading, right? So, but the King of Swords is about keeping it in the mental, being very strategic and intentional in your thinking. It's an air sign. You guys are an air sign. So it comes easier to you than it might to the next person. If you can get out of the space of being like, oh, but you know, I understand they made a mistake, right? That's the tough part. Oh, okay, well, they apologize. Oh, well, they say, you know what I mean? Like that part, we all get sucked into, well, depending on where our Libra is, right? In our chart, right? My Libra's in Mars. So I am like, if I have an argument with somebody and they like apologize, I'm like, right, you know, I understand. That kind of thing, right? I try to fight fair and be fair, sort of, right? But it is staying very, like, not allowing, sticking with the facts and not allowing your emotions to rule the show. So what that's going to lead to this sort of like new idea, just this really good mental clarity, which is nice. It's going back to the block here. We have this Page of Swords, right? Which is definitely like this block. You're not able to see something. There's some sort of truth that you're not able to see with that Page of Swords. Some sort of truth that's coming to you that you can't see it. Okay, can't see it. And then we have the Queen of Wands. I also want to say other thing that I'm getting with the Page of Swords. There also, part of a block might be for you right now is what other people are saying about your partner or about your situation. This could be a friend or a family member. And this is not serving to give you any clarity. It's only further, it's muddying the waters even more. Just felt like I had to say that. We have the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands, definitely self-assured energy. Very, very confident, very passionate, wanting to get out there, wanting to, it's a very feisty energy as well. Feisty is such a cheesy word, right? But it's almost like, because wands are well passion, there's a lot of passion here moving forward. So some of you maybe met somebody new, or this could just represent the energy of just wanting new. Oh, we have two queens. We have two queens. So there's some sort of very positive partnership that's like either in your life right now or that's going to be offered to you, that you're going to connect to. Because remember, queens connect. Queens are all about connection. So we have the Queen of Cups here, which is a very nurturing energy, very healing, very supportive. Now, in astrology, the Queen of Cups is a Gemini and Cancer energy. So what is the action of those signs? Communication and being at home with somebody, feeling safe. So it's getting to the bottom. It's communicating about what you need to feel very safe and nurtured and secure, and feeling very confident in order to communicate that. And it's through that communication that the healing comes. It's through that communication that you feel the support. But there's some sort of connection here as well. I keep coming back to the Queen of Wands. It's going to be this connection with some, like an energy that's very motivated to be with you, very passionate. But the Ace of Swords indicates like there's newness. There's newness here. There's an idea, there's mental clarity. So I have to tell you, for some of you, you know, you're going to be like sitting down with your partner and saying, look, I'm going to keep it real. Love aside, factually, what goes on in this relationship is this, this, and this. This is the way I see it. And in order for this to actually be any different, we need to change our strategy and how we're handling this relationship. And it's with that ace that knew that mental clarity that you guys were able to have this connection to the passion that did exist maybe at one point, that maybe you're being challenged to find right now within your relationship, right? That passion or that feeling of security. So for some of you, it's going to be that. For others of you, I do see you meeting somebody new. So it's going to, regardless of how we understand this, there is change here. Necessary change. You might not feel it right now, because right now you're in a strategy of stress and you're in a strategy of trying to figure out a solution to something. Right now you're very stressed out and you're not able to see the other side of something. But if you follow the advice energy, protect yourself. We have two cards that indicate protect yourself. Stroke somebody's ego if you need to. Focus on your happiness. Stay in your head, not in your heart right now. Just right now. Because it does look like there does need to be a little bit of strategizing and self-protection that goes on right now. Thinking about beyond the moment. Thinking about the future as well. Let's see what's going on with your person. Okay, who's dealing with Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? This is subjective read, Libra. You don't have to agree with it. This is their energy. Whoever's dealing with Libra is resonating with this with Libra. Let's give us any messages that's going to help Libra. Situation. So we have the Lover's energy to start with where they're at right now. So they're in the space of needing to. Also, what is the Lovers is not really running off into the sunset. It's the need to make a decision in love. It's a love decision that needs, you know, what are we going to do? Are we going to stay together? Are we not? Are we going to go to counseling? Are we not? Are we going to get married? Are we not? Like, you know, whatever, like there's some sort of decision that needs to be made. You know, they're in this space right now. You know, it is the understanding. It's a partnership energy, obviously. It's got to do with deep love. It's the idea of being stronger together than apart and all of that. Certainly where they're at right now. King of Wands, bold, courageous, trying to be brave in the face of something here. Cancer and Leo energy. King of Wands in astrology is associated with Cancer and Leo. So I do feel like it's this, you know, Cancer has to do with home and Leo has to do with romance, creativity. It also has to do with children. All right, so the King of Wands energy could certainly be maybe you're with somebody who is willing to deal with the situation in order to stay home. Cancer with the children, Leo, right? Because Leo's that 5th house of children. This could also have to do with because of some sort of business that you guys have together. But it could also just be that there's something about you that they feel very safe and secure about. And they're feeling rather nostalgic about the past here for some of them. Nostalgic about a more innocent time in the relationship. But for some of them might be in the process of communicating with somebody from their past. You know, feeling nostalgic for and reuniting with somebody from their past. So this is very interesting because there's a hearkening back to the past here. So for some of you, if you've been together a very long time, this could be them trying to get sort of reconnect with that part in your relationship where you guys were good. Things were more innocent. Let's put it that way, right? Things weren't, you know, so messy as often as can end up evolving. Others of you, you're dealing with somebody who is trying to make the decision between their safety and whatever it is in your relationship and connecting with somebody in the past. Now we have this working with the Queen of Pentacles. Again, Queen is a connector. Pentacles has to do with mental, physical, and emotional connection when we're doing relationship reads. So very resourceful energy as well. So they may be a little conflicted because maybe you make money or the idea of money. This could be maybe you guys are connected because of money. And they could be in this space where it's like, I know things aren't working, but, you know, to deal with the finances of it might be just really messy. Or some of you might be dealing with them wanting to go back to somebody else in the past who does quite well for themselves. You know, or at least they feel like that person is more resourceful. So some of you are going to be, you know, dealing with it that way. But also somebody that they just may feel more connected to. But that can happen, right? I mean, if you guys are in a bad space, it's very easy to remember it's very easy to forget the good. But they're in this place of needing to make a choice in your relationship right now, in their mind. What's blocking them? 4 of Pentacles is blocking them. Greed is blocking them. The desire for long-term security is blocking them. Page of Swords. Truth of a situation is blocking them. Page of Swords. I mean, now this could also have to do with kids, you know, and the kids are of an age where they're very kind of like curious and wanting to know and not understanding. So it could certainly be, you know, and that's kind of creating a block for them internally. A lot of gossip that's going on. That this could be, again, muddying the waters. But they're having a really hard time here. They feel very blocked in waiting for the results on something. So they could be waiting to hear from somebody. But they need to make a choice. And they're very blocked in their ability to honestly make a solid choice right now. Are they going to work at it? Or are they not going to work at it? Are they going to go with that person or stay? Are they going to leave? Are they going to, you know, like what's... But they're waiting for something. They could be waiting just to see the result, how something rolls out. They could be waiting to hear from somebody from their past to see how that goes. They could be waiting for you to contact them. They could be waiting to contact you. But there's this element of waiting for them. And then the last block is the Knight of Swords energy, which is a necessary air clearing session that needs to happen that's going to incite some sort of lifestyle change. So this is the kind of thing, because as swords are air, right? So it's communication, it's truth. And the Knight's coming in very assertively in this energy, speaking truths, saying things have to change. They can't continue. And this is a block. They're not able to do this honestly. They don't want to look at the truth of a situation right now. They're feeling very blocked. They're trying to strategize, almost like a Rubik's Cube energy, right? I thought of that, but it's like they're trying to do almost like internal damage control. They don't want to deal with the truth of a situation. The advice for them, though, is to communicate towards solving this problem. The Magician is Mercury. Mercury is Gemini and Virgo. And to have that communication, Gemini, solve the problem, Virgo. Yeah. This is where you're at right now. So where you're at right now is what their advice is. Get together with Libra person and have the conversation. Figure out how you guys can just have like this, figure it out. Do you like that? There's a whole advice column is like, figure it out. So we have the Fool energy, and the Fool is about fresh hope, taking a chance, try something in a new way, focusing on the future, doing something different. So it's having the conversation to solve a problem and understand that there's got to be a different approach. We have the Ace of Wands, so this is a new approach, new creative approach. Sort of getting in touch with like a new motivation almost, right? Like a new focus to move forward. For some of you, it's actually going to be the conversation to actually create something together. And that's part of the solution here moving forward. That could be anything from a child to a life together, even if it's just the two of you, to a home, creating a business, something. We have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, some of you may be in this space of, like creating, we have two aces together. So there's like a lot of brand new. So the advice here is to talk brand new towards solving some sort of solution. So this could be maybe if money's a problem, somebody getting a new job. If you guys were thinking about going into business together, you guys going into business together with this new element of creativity. This could also have to do with bringing in having a baby, adopting. This could even be that, but creating something. So the advice here is to really tap into the Fool combined with the Ace. We have lots of brand new, but because we have the Magician heading it, there's problem solving here towards this situation. If the Magician wasn't heading this, I would say maybe they're just very focused on fresh path, new perspective, new. But it does seem like, because it's the Magician energy, and Magician is an alchemical energy, focused creativity, turning some sort of vision that they have in their mind about what they would want the relationship to be, turn that into reality. Well, what will that take? That will take some fresh perspectives here. Like, no joke. You can't keep doing what you guys were doing here. So in the final outcome, we have the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles can indicate a new job, money news coming in. Again, if money was a situation for them, that could certainly be it. Page is the young'un of the core. Pentacle is a new connection. So this could indicate a baby coming in, some, but a new stage, definitely a new stage of connection. It could also indicate a new connection though as well. And we have this working with the King of Pentacles. So being very solid and practical in their mental, physical, and emotional connection with you. Being very solid and practical. Putting things in perspective regarding finances. Putting things in perspective regarding how you guys connect, your intimacy, your connection. And just being very sort of like practical and not defensive or offensive. Two of Pentacles has to do with needing to make a choice once and for all. What are you going to do? What are they going to do, right? This is for them. It's Two of Pentacles. There are two choices here. They're weighing options. They have to make a decision, though. We have the King of Swords, which says they have to stay very intentional, strategic in the mental for this. So the idea here is to get out of their feels, get out of their fears, all of that. Understand that a new cycle is happening. So if they're going to make this work, it's really, Libra, I honestly feel like you're there. Like I feel like you're there. You know, in your spread, you're in the space of problem solving right now. And I don't feel like they're in that space with you. Even though they might be saying it, I don't feel like they're doing it. It does seem like that. Like they're more talk than action at this point. Only because of what the advice is like, come on now, let's go. New strategy here. New strategy is needed. Let's pull a couple of Island Time Wellness for you guys. Here, okay. See what comes up. Okay, we have palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. Okay, so this is what you need, right? You need the stability and security. You want somebody who's flexible. You don't want somebody who's too rigid. And we have healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from a toxic relationship or addiction. We have twin flame, heartbroken. So, you know, you guys may feel like you're with the twin flame energy or some sort of, you know, soul connection. But sometimes the twin flames, you know, it's tough. You know, you complement each other, you're together, but sometimes it's just for, you know, a reason or a season or 20 seasons, kind of like that soulmate energy. But we have heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, grieving, mourning. So, you know, definitely feeling like even though things aren't working, there's something about this person that you feel like you guys really do belong together. Not today. Not dealing with the hurt. Avoiding conversation, avoiding. Not today. Still angry, still upset about something, but just not dealing with something head on. Right? And you did get that idea of truth as one of your blocks, just like not wanting to deal. And we have this idea of paradise, right? You just want to focus on being happy. You just want to focus on that. You're trying to focus on the happiness and enjoying each other in the moment and not dealing with the ugly aspects of something. So we have engagement ring, which is about partnership. I mean, this is just sort of a metaphor for the idea of partnership, commitment, right? Commitment to each other. We have this being clarified by sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking out, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. So I feel like out of one side of the mouth, the relationship is being discussed, promises are being made, and out of the other side of the mouth or out of the other eye, there is some other path that's being considered. I just don't feel like the two of you are sort of like in the same, both of you are in the same ring, right, of intention. It doesn't seem like that. But I don't feel like anybody really wants to deal with it right now. And this is only right now. It's 17th to the 23rd. It's 1 week. Let's see what happens next week. But that's what I'm vibing right now. All right, guys. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time. Bye-bye.